Boom, wagwan everybody. Here are 5 things to consider when buying your first camera. Let's get into it. So buying your first camera can be the most nerve-wracking thing because you feel like you don't want to make the wrong decision and buy a camera what just doesn't work for you. The first thing you want to consider, of course, is budget, 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 budget. So this is what I would suggest to you is whatever your budget is in your brain, go 25% more over that budget. Anything can happen at an instant because so many cameras come out so fast, and then maybe with that camera there's a bundle deal what comes with the lens you never thought you'd be able to get in the first part. So that's what I would suggest. The next thing to consider is usage. What exactly you're going to use it for really depends on what type of camera you should get. So definitely think about that. The most is usage. The next thing you want to consider, long-term usage. For example, I started with photos and then eventually I graduated into shooting videos. So if you're buying a camera and you're wanting to take photos and eventually you want to learn how to do video, it'd be good to have a camera that can also shoot video, so then you can learn with this camera, because having the tool is very important in learning a new skill. Definitely consider the long-term usage, and not only in moving from photo to video or video to photo, but in terms of it still being useful after you upgrade from that first camera. Definitely long-term usage is something to think about. The next thing to consider is ecosystem. So understanding the ecosystem you're going to be buying into is very important. For future accessories and stuff like that is very important to know and just understand. I use Sony, and most of the persons I work with use Sony. I have the ability to say, hey, I need to rent this lens from you. I need to borrow this item. Or I'm on a set and something going wrong. I can call that person and say, yo, something will go on with the camera. This have happened to you before? So that's what I mean by ecosystem, is just understanding what you're going into and that you have that ecosystem support around you in choosing that first camera. And the final thing is research. I realize a lot of people don't like to do research. Research is important. Understanding what are the advantages of the camera, the disadvantages of the camera, the pros and cons. Can these cons be solved by buying an accessory? For example, the battery is not very well on it. Oh, I can just buy a battery extender, so that allows me to shoot all day with this. It's really just doing the research and understanding what is the pros and the cons of all the camera options that you decide, and then from there you can really make calculated decisions. And even research can just even be in asking somebody who you know been using a camera long term in your circle, and they can just give their feedback on it. So always do research on what exactly you're trying to buy. So these are the 5 things I will consider when buying my first camera. I'm Davyfrsh. If you need more tips and tricks, you can check out my other videos I have posted. I'm out.